Welcome back, friends. It's Anders. Today, we are tasting 12 different bottles of vodka. Some of you might know that I'm not a big vodka fan, and that's because I don't like how it tastes in cocktails, or rather how it doesn't taste in cocktails. I can't taste it. What I taste is ethanol. So I always prefer to use a different spirit in my drink. Also, because I tend to make Prohibition era or pre-Prohibition era cocktails, and rarely is there a cocktail in that grouping that calls for vodka. It wasn't really until the mid 20th century where vodka blew up and they were putting it in every cocktail. So I've said my piece on vodka in the past, and some of you have said, Anders, come on, there are vodkas from around the world, you gotta give it a chance. So today's episode is about me giving vodka a chance. I've got some vodkas from all over the world, different styles, and we are gonna taste them side by side because I haven't done that, and I wanna see how they differ, which ones I prefer, because I don't really know. And then we're gonna mix them up into a cocktail. I'm gonna pick my most favorite, least favorite. We're gonna compare them in a cocktail, and that will be that. It'll hopefully be educational. If not, it will be fun. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more sips, tips, and recipes, and let's go have ourselves some vodka to the bar. Today's video is sponsored by Factor. Factor makes nutritious and fresh meals delivered straight to your doorstep. Now, I'm a busy guy. Clearly, I've got dreams, I've got ambitions. I can't always be prepping and chopping and cooking and making myself complete meals every day. I do eat every day. And my private chef? Not worth the money. Luckily, Factor has complete meals that are ready in just 2 minutes. And they update the menu weekly, so there's always something new to choose from. So whether you are plant-based or keto conscious, they have loads of dietitian approved meals with over 30 add-ons like snacks and smoothies. And it's super flexible. I can easily adjust my order size or skip a week if I'm not around. So give yourself a break from all that shopping and chopping, prepping and schlepping, and eat well without the hassle. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code Anders50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. That's factor75.com, Anders50. Thank you, Factor. Onto the film. All right, here we go. We've got the lineup. I'm gonna go right down the line, say what they are. We'll put all of the information on the screen. In some cases, I was able to get smaller bottles because I don't need full bottles of all of these, but not all of them were available in small bottles, so clearly they were different prices. On my right, your left, this is Absolut Vodka. Pretty much everybody's familiar with Absolut. They've got a million flavors and they're from Sweden. Then we have Finlandia, which is from Finland, 100% barley. Stoli Vodka, which was a Russian vodka, but then in 2000 they moved to Latvia. Then we have Core Platinum Vodka. Well, on the bottle it says product of Georgia, but online they say Ukraine. I don't know. Sobieski out of Poland, 100% rye. Chopin Vodka, 100% potato. Grey Goose and Syrah, both from France. And we have Kettle One from Holland, Haku Vodka from Japan, 100% rice, Hangar One, which is from California, and from Austin, Texas, Tito's Handmade Vodka, 100% corn. All right, I've had a few of these vodkas. I don't remember what they taste like other than vodka. A lot of these I haven't tasted. In fact, I went online to each of these websites to get all of the information, and most of them claim to be the best vodka in the world, so we're off to a good start. Here's how this is gonna go down. We are going to do this bracket style. This is how we did it when we tasted the spiced rums. We're gonna start with 4 groups of 3. All of those will move up and we will do 2 on 2, and then those will go up to, I think that's the last 2 already. No, I don't know. It's a bracket situation. You'll see how it goes. It's just like in basketball or however they do that. One thing we are gonna change up. This one, I'm also gonna pick my least favorite. Okay, I'm gonna have Oz fill up some glasses. We've marked them A through whatever the 12th letter of the alphabet is. All right, so to get started, I've got my water here, very important. I have bland water crackers. I've got some coffee beans to cleanse my nose in between sniffs. I don't know if I'll use it or not, but just in case. Cheers. That was a mistake. Burned all my nose hairs, so we screwed that up already. Ooh. It burns. I'm getting flavors, not so much on my tongue, but in my sinuses and in my throat. Yeah, it almost tastes like straight alcohol. All of these are 40%, so they're all gonna be about the same heat-wise, I think. Maybe a little sweetness on the end, but very onto B. This one actually does have a slight smell, like briny. Ooh, oh good. Now I'm glad I've done this because I can tell a difference and I prefer B. It's silky in texture, soft, there's a little creaminess. I prefer B over A. Next. I actually like the nose on C. Ooh, that one's nice. That one has a bit more structure to it. Creamy, soft, like a fruity element. It's between B and C. I don't like A, so A is my least favorite. I'm gonna say least favorite A, favorite B. Round 2, D, E, F. By the way, in the United States, vodka is considered a neutral spirit that has no distinctive flavor, taste, color, or aroma. By decree of the United States government, it is a neutral spirit without distinctive character, aroma, taste, or color. I'm already seeing differences here, but it is a very delicate spirit. On to the next. Cleanse my nose. And away we go. D. Ooh, okay, so I'm already learning that they smell different. I don't hate that. It's almost sweet. E. Oh wow, that one's citrusy. It's got that vodka bite at the end though, which isn't a bad thing, I suppose. F. Very smooth. Oh, this was a good lineup. Getting fruity notes when I exhale, if that helps you. Honestly, I'm not seeing much of a difference between E and F. I'm gonna pick D. The least favorite is E, but man, that's really a close call. And now my face is going numb. This was a tough round though. On to round 3. I think we're doing pretty good. GHI. Hello. Cheers. I wish I could tell you like, oh, this one smells like potatoes, but it doesn't. Ooh, hey, I kind of like that one. Soft, man, the difference is I'm going off of how smooth they are and any little flavors that I can pick out. So, H. What am I doing? I. I has a sweetness to it. H is probably my least favorite of the batch, and I'm going to say, again, tough call, but I'm gonna pick I. We got one more round, and then we're on to, what is that, semifinals? Or I don't know how that works. Okay, next. Oh, this is great. This is like a good alphabet exercise. J, K, L. Final 3. J. I'm not even commenting on what they look like because they all look the same. Very clear. No, I don't love it. Honestly, I'm not like strongly disliking any of these, but I'm not in love with any of them either. K. Ooh, that one's fun, actually. K is easy to drink. I would pick K over J. And as for L, I don't think I like the nose, but maybe because I've already tasted 11 vodkas, but this is starting to taste like rum. There's a sweetness to this one. I'm gonna say no to J, and I'm just picking L, but I could easily pick K. You know, all of these are not bad vodkas. Some I obviously like more than others, but the differences between them are not that big. There are some that are really soft, kind of velvety, and I like that. In a cocktail, is that a good thing? I'm not so sure, because again, you're gonna lose all those little nuances. But as far as drinking it straight, it's actually quite pleasant, and this is room temperature. I know a lot of people say that they enjoy putting their vodka in the freezer and drinking it ice cold. That's gonna make it even smoother, but you are gonna miss a lot of those little flavors that make that particular vodka special. I did a lot of research online looking at some of these bottles, and a lot of them claim to be gluten-free, which means they're using a product that is gluten-free, like grapes or potatoes or corn. This is a point of confusion for a lot of people, so I just want to touch on it very briefly before we move on. I'm also buying myself a little time to calm down and process this vodka. When it comes to distillation, the proteins, the gluten proteins, are actually literally taken out of the equation. So any distillate is going to be gluten-free. Now, if you're talking about a flavored spirit, then you might want to be not concerned, but you want to be a little cautious if you are gluten intolerant. All right, so there we are. First round in the books. On to the next. B and D. Again, it's all subjective. If I am poo-pooing any of your favorites, then I'm sorry. On to B. Oh yeah, that one's kind of creamy. Nice, there is like a sweetness to it. Now I don't know like how much of that is the grain that they're working with, whether it's corn or wheat, but I imagine that does impart some sweetness. Now D. Oh wow, both very good, very smooth vodkas. I am going to pick, I think in this case, I'm gonna pick D. By a hair. What do we got? I and L. I like I. I like that one. And I like L because it tastes like I. I'm gonna pick I. I don't know if we did this a second time if we would have the same results. That's okay. Let's go to the finalists. D and I. Okay. I like D. I do. It is very easy to drink. I. equally smooth. This one has a sweetness to it. D here has a sweetness at the end, which is nice on its own. I has that same creaminess, but maybe I'm getting a little spice at the end. Or maybe I'm just making that up in my head because I'm trying to find a difference. I'm trying so hard to find flavor. All right, so for the final round, I'm gonna pick a winner. I'm going to say D. However, I feel like I could mix these around and I would pick something else. There were none that made me say, oh my God, I cannot drink this. I was kind of hoping for that a little bit, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm sure you were too. But vodka, a good vodka, is smooth, soft. It is not offensive. I'm not offended by any one of these, honestly. And it's probably not going to stand out in a cocktail, which is my problem with vodka. So now what we have to do is put this into a cocktail. But first, I'm going to round up the losers from the first round, and I'm gonna pick my least favorite of those four, and I'm gonna put that into the same cocktail, and we will taste them side by side and see if there is a difference that A, we notice at all, and B, is it big enough to where we need to go out and buy top tier vodkas just for a cocktail. So I'm gonna go right down the line and I'm gonna say which one I like the least. I'm gonna try A first. I think I already know. Oh my God, I kind of like E. Definitely not my least favorite. H. I like H at first, and then at the end I get a little something I don't like. And J. Honestly, I think J is pretty good. All right, we have got a clear loser here. A. Oz, what is A?
Kettle One.
No way!
Yep.
Really? Funny story, when I first got into bartending and before I really got into craft cocktails, Kettle One was my go-to vodka.
Winner
D?
is D is Hanger One.
Ah, Hanger One out of California. Which one was Absolute?
H.
I honestly don't hate Absolute vodka. There we have it. What a surprise. All right, so here we are with the winner and loser. I am sorry, Kettle One. That surprises me. It's nothing personal. This was just me blind tasting vodkas. So, now let's mix them into a drink and see if we can taste the difference. Okay, let's start with 1.5 ounces of each. Is it called Hanger One? Hanger One and Kettle One. 3/4 ounce of triple sec. Everybody makes their Cosmo a little differently. If you wanna go a bit more into the Cosmopolitan, check out my video on that. 1/2 ounce of fresh lime juice and 1/2 ounce of cranberry juice. Add ice and shake. I'm not gonna garnish it because this is for science sake. They look the same, clearly. That's no surprise. Let's start with the winner, Hanger One. Kind of what I expected. It's light, you get the fruitiness from all of the other components, and there is no strong ethanol burn, which is nice. So it is a very smooth cocktail, very easy drinking. If you are wanting something that goes down smoothly, Hanger One in a Cosmo works. Let's see about Kettle One. Oh, this is interesting, actually. They are different, but here is what's different. I noticed the vodka with the Kettle One, and it's not a bad thing. It's telling you you're drinking alcohol. It's not off-putting, you notice it, but it's not a vodka bomb, I have to choke this down, drink it quickly. It's still a nice balanced cocktail. All of that little like nuanced stuff that I was talking about, that goes out the window. I taste the other components of the cocktail more. So the real question is, which bottle of vodka should I be buying? Premium vodkas are smooth. I can't tell one is better than the other, honestly. That's up to you to decide. Are you gonna drink it neat? Are you gonna mix it into a cocktail? And if you are gonna mix it into a cocktail, well then where do you wanna put your money? Do you want to support a local distillery? That's what I would suggest. Do you wanna buy all of these bottles? You can if you want. You don't have to buy any of these bottles. These were all good vodkas. But there are a lot of people making vodka. There are more vodka distilleries out there than any other spirit because vodka is distilled down to a relatively neutral spirit. You don't have to age it on wood, so it doesn't take time, and young distilleries can get that vodka out, and therefore they can start financing their operation and they can grow. So I think that when it comes down to which vodka should I buy, do I need to buy like the absolute best vodka? You know, it depends how you're gonna wanna drink it. If you want to drink it neat, then you might find it interesting to buy a bunch of premium vodkas, taste them all against each other, and pick your favorite. But if you're gonna be mixing it into cocktails, then I think it doesn't matter quite so much. And therefore, it's a great opportunity to support small local distilleries. And if you use those vodkas, your cocktails are gonna taste just as good. I've learned there are a lot of really good vodkas out there. Have I changed my thoughts on vodkas in cocktails? Not so much, but it's easy to work with because it obviously goes well with a lot of things. So there you have it. That's finally it. I have reached my capacity. I am at my end. I appreciate you for watching. Let me know in the comments down below a couple of things. One, what is your go-to vodka? Two, any of these vodkas, if you want to add any sort of information that I didn't cover, go ahead. I hope that you go out and you find your favorite vodka. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Don't forget your merch. I will see you next time.